Broadcasting live from
Forest.
and literally anywhere in the multiverse. It's Tap Tap Can See. I almost called it the Lurcast, and I was like, oh, there's a reason I don't do this every week. Hi, everyone. It's the sideboard again.
Yep.
With
And
myself, Alex.
I'm Ian.
and I am the Cameron.
We're here to round out the curve.
Yeah, we are.
We're your 21st through 23rd picks.
We're the ones that didn't quite make the main board.
Yeah, exactly. I'm naturalized.
The ones that like you really want to put them in, but it's like, you know what? We're just not Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, it's like and in honor of this week's flashback draft on Mitko, I will be Delver of Secrets, who's actually not very good in draft.
Really?
Oh, good.
Right, because you can't play it. See, context, man.
Yeah, context matters.
So, guess what we're doing this week?
Oh, you know
We're just going to do the good stuff. We're going to rip packs.
We're the only ones here this week, so we're just ripping packs while everyone else's back is
We're
turned.
going to rip packs down. So, each of us is going to do one. And we're
You
going to talk
start us
about
off.
what's inside. So, I'm going to get this big green something hedron. Goodbye. Goodbye forever.
You had one job.
I did have
12.
one job.
The job is to roll a 12.
All right. One. Oh, there's one in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh.
Oh.
Obscure
Ascension. Oh, wait, is this...
That would be Portuguese or Italian?
Is it Portuguese? Italian. This is from Duskshine at Gen Con, so thank you so much, Duskshine. I'm just trying to see, like... It looks like French, but...
Obscure Ascension?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it is foreign language and not just a set I've never heard of.
Yeah. It's Hasbro French. So this is Dark Ascension. In French.
Yeah.
We got
All right, so Huntmaster?
Hopefully. Let's get this open. This set had humans in it, didn't it?
It did.
Ad card, get out. All right. Oh, this is going to be fun because now.
Barricade.
Wait. Do we speak enough French between?
Yeah. No, I totally
three-
speak French.
You know what? Here, you can do this.
Okay.
I'll do yours then. I think this one's
Barricade la porte.
Bar the door.
Bar the door. Collector number 2.
Canada's supposed to be a bilingual country, but
It is a 2 white instant. Les créatures que vous contrôlez gagnent
oh, there we
plus
go.
0, plus 4 jusqu'à la fin du tour. Creatures control.
Get +0, +4 till end of turn.
Éphémère.
Can I just say I really love this entire block?
Oh, yeah.
Innistrad. It was like such a flavor slam dunk.
No, yeah, it was great.
I'll have to be the
top-down
voice of
design?
dissension on that then.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of the vampire mythos. So coming from something that I really love, the artifact block of
Interesting.
Mirrodin,
See,
that
'cause
was
I did not care for Mirrodin Besieged.
Like,
Different tastes, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
It's okay
I wanted...
to not like stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh,
Oh, snap.
Dang. Collector number 76, Fatale Glissade.
Tragic slip.
Yep. Les créatures ciblées gagnent -1/-1 jusqu'à la fin du tour. Morbidité. Cette créature gagne -13/-13 jusqu'à la fin du tour. À la place si une créature est morte ce tour-ci.
Which translates roughly as get 'em.
Yeah.
So this is the premium
Nice.
removal.
Yeah, this seems pretty good.
Nice Blightsteel Colossus, idiot.
This has seen constructed play. Like not a lot of constructed play, but it got into decks.
It gets its man.
Because it's it's 1 black instant, -1/-1's 1 creature. But if something died, it's -13, -13, which almost kills Emrakul.
Yep.
But she has protection from colored spells anyway, so it doesn't matter. Womp womp.
Attendez-vous. Oh Christ, my French is so rusty.
Ugh.
Au seuil de la
I
mort,
think you
et
mean
vous
rustic.
pourriez être invité à la franchise.
Excuse me. Well, what's
Ooh.
next? Oh, let me see if I can...
Collector card number 27.
Oh, what's this
Escape
one?
Rusé. Artful Dodge. There we go.
Right.
1 blue, rituel. La créature ciblée imbloquable ce tour-ci. Flashback.
Actual, just
bleu.
like in English.
Vous pouvez lancer cette carte depuis votre cimetière pour son coup de flashback.
So
Puis exilez-la.
this one's a lot like what the hell is this?
Well, there's
a
like
rebound one.
Distortion Strike.
Yeah,
But that also
Strike-
gave +1/+0.
Yeah, that one's kind of better. But
Well, I mean, like this, you could
excuse me.
blow into your graveyard with a bunch of other things, or you can loot it into your graveyard, or you can just cast it twice on the same turn.
was
This
it.
was a moving piece in
Oh,
the
yeah. No, you're right.
Is It Blitz deck that played 4 of Nivik Cyclops.
Ah,
So the thing was that you had Nivik Cyclops, you cast this on the Nivik Cyclops, you flashed it back.
jeez.
The Cyclops is now a 7/4
Goodbye.
unblockable, and then you cast Boros Charm on it, making it an 11/4 with double strike,
Yep.
Yikes.
and
that
you won
is-
the game turn 4. Unless they had removal.
Well, then you're just hosed.
Yeah, then you went all in.
Well,
Garde de Minuit, Midnight Guard. Collector card number 14. Créature, humain et soldat. For 2 and a white, you get a 2/3 body. À chaque fois qu'une autre créature arrive sur le champ de bataille, dégagez la Garde de Minuit. So every time a creature enters the battlefield, untap Midnight Guard. This guy got reprinted in M14,
Really?
I think. The set where they had the main set where they had Convoke,
oh, okay. See, like,
and he was kind of
seems-
useful in that.
He seems alright. It's like it's kind of like a 2/3 vigilance for 2 and a white.
Yeah.
It's like not amazing.
No, this guy had some roles in the Convoke deck.
Excuse me.
Okay. So he seems like a curve filler to me.
Yeah.
Like a filler.
Pistel
Ooh.
de la Prochaine Lad.
Vampires.
Prochaine Lad.
Prussian lad.
Prussian
Prochaine Land. Pistel de la Prochaine Land.
The god of the
Collector card
Prussian
number
lad.
100 of 158.
lad.
It is a 4 and a red for a 4/1 vampire. Aigredin.
It's big.
Rogue.
Oh.
There we are. Near Heath Stalker. Oh, there it is. Proche Land.
Man, Undying
Near
was a
Heath.
sweet mechanic.
Yeah. Survivance. Quand cette créature meurt, si elle n'avait pas de marqueur +1/+1 sur elle, renvoyez-la sur le champ de bataille sous le contrôle de son propriétaire avec un marqueur +1/+1 sur elle.
See, this seems actually pretty decent in draft.
Yeah. Like this
it's
guy
not
trades
one
up.
Excuse me.
I mean, I think he's overcosted. Well, actually, probably not. But
He comes back.
yeah. Comes back as a 5/2.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I guess
it's persist, but big instead of small.
Yeah. Well,
which
like,
is
I guess
scary.
turn 5, you play this guy, you swing in turn 6. Hopefully trade up. They don't just have like a wall.
Did you know that if a creature has Undying and persist at the same time, it basically can't be killed?
Yeah. Although they cycle? Like you choose
they
one.
sort of cycle.
Like,
but,
you can only
there's
choose-
a combo
Right.
with like something like Kitchen Finks and Micaeus the Unhallowed.
Yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
gives all your creatures Undying.
Mhm.
And any creature with persist, if you have both, when it dies, it'll like flip each time.
Right, right.
So if you have a way to sacrifice, you can just gain infinite life.
Hmm.
I almost played this combo. The problem is that Micaeus is a 6-drop in triple
Yeah.
black.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
Awkward.
Yeah.
I guess it also works with what's her name from Mirrodin, Scars of Mirrodin block.
Yeah. Actually, no, it doesn't because Melira only prevents -1/-1 counters.
Oh.
Yeah, she prevents poison counters and -1/-1 counters. So she works in the combo with persist, but not with Undying.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought it was just counters too, but
Right.
it's like only a specific kind.
All right. Griffon au Sel d'Argent, Silver Claw Griffin. Collector card number 21. It is a 3/2 for 3 and 2 white with flying and first strike. Vol et initiative.
That's a lot of mana, but
Yeah.
Well,
I remember this guy was amazing unless they had a 4 toughness flyer, and then you're just like,
No!
I hate life. I hate life.
like
or
I
the-
spent
or-
5 mana on this.
Yeah. Or if they had the giant spider equivalent.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like,
Nope.
Stop having such a big butt.
Geist Glapissant. It is collector card number 41. I think this is Shrieking Geist for 1 and a blue. It has flying. À chaque fois que le Geist Glapissant inflige les blessures de combat sur un joueur, ce joueur met les 2 cartes de dessus de sa bibliothèque dans son cimetière. So he mills 2 every time he hits you.
Sweet.
1/1 flyer for 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make mill a thing.
Stop trying to make mill a thing in a Graveyard Matters set.
Well, actually, yeah. Well,
Like-
this is actually just good for your opponent.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you hit my Geist Flame. I blow up your
Wah, wah.
Shriek Geist.
Idiot.
Oh, it's Flavor Win.
That thing looks like an elk.
It is. Élan Foulard de Daube.
But sorry, by the way, I was just looking up the literal translation for Shriekgeist, which is Yelping Geist.
Nice. It's like bark, 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 bark. And it does have a lot of mouths.
It does.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
too many
it's
mouths.
unpleasant. Too many mouths.
Too many mouths.
All right. Élan Foulard d'Aube. Dawn Chaser Elk. Dawn something elk. Créature Élan. For 1 and a green, it's a 2/2. And for 1 green, you can sacrifice it and search for a land and put it into the battlefield tab.
Okay, actually, this is
Dawn Treader Elk,
this
excuse me.
seems like not actually that bad because it's it's like oh god, I'm gonna forget. his name.
Viridian Emissary?
No, the 1/1 guy who you just sacrifice him and he puts a basic in tapped.
Explorer? Veteran Explorer?
No. God damn it. This is
Well,
gonna...
like, I know that this guy kind of was the topic of some debate whether it was more useful than Viridian Emissary, who, when it dies, you get a land to put into play, but I think you always
it's a
played
card
Viridian
from-
Emissary because you wanted to put this into the pod deck in standard.
It's a thing from Kamigawa. This is infuriating because I have it in my toolkit. But I'm sure the comments are going to be filled with like what this card is
Yeah,
because it's on the tip of my tongue.
infuriating.
We
Yeah.
can come back to it.
Sigh.
Oh, hey!
Which,
Éclairage de
hey!
Pensée. 1 blue, collector card number 52. Le joueur ciblé met les 2 cartes dessus de sa bibliothèque dans son cimetière. Piocher une carte.
I love this
Draw a
spell.
card, mill 2.
This card gets,
Or mill 2, draw 1.
yeah, this card gets into Delver.
Yeah, it was
like the deck.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, I know in standard you played this because your Delver was always carrying a Rune Chanter Pike.
Yeah.
So at instant speed, you could play this. It got +1/+0. Maybe you hit 2 other things, and then you drew a card, right? Like if you hit 2 other instants and sorceries, then you're golden.
What's the English name for it again?
Oh God. Mind Scour.
Thought Scour.
Thought
That's the
Scour.
one.
Scour.
Yes.
Thought Scour.
We got there.
Yeah, and it's just got like really grisly art.
It's super cool. This card is actually sweet. It's
Yeah.
one of those ones that like I think I've seen it played in Highlander occasionally because they're like Enlightened Tutor. You're like, nuh-uh.
Yep. Also, this gets into some of the modern Storm builds.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's yeah.
for what modern Storm builds exist anymore.
Was this
It's
a thing in Pyromancer Ascension? I feel like it would have been.
well, I mean, Pyromancer Ascension's in the modern Storm deck, but there was no because it went Zendikar Scars.
Okay. Man, the top
In
of
a
his
strap.
head is missing. Sticking a drill in there or something.
Man, this guy's having a really rough day.
Is Diligent Farmhand the guy you're thinking of, Alex?
No, it's this is gonna drive me insane.
'Cause
It's
that-
1 and a green, a 1/1. I think it's from Kamigawa. You sacrifice it. It puts a basic in tapped.
It's a creature.
Yes.
The
This is
Shakura Tribe Elder.
Sakura Tribe Elder. Thank you.
Steve.
Oh, that was driving me
Steve.
crazy. That's the one.
Right? Yeah, I can't believe
This
I forgot
guy.
about Steve.
Yeah, Steve. He's got like a bunch of arms. It looks like there's a second one behind him.
Yeah, snakes don't have arms. That's the entire point of snakes.
He's a snake shaman.
Snakes,
Okay, so yeah,
they don't
this
have
guy,
arms.
like the other guy, but the one we were looking
1/1
at
and
had an
sacrifice
activation
anything.
cost and another power.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Savage limited beats.
Oh, wow.
Capitaine de Drogskull. Drogskull Captain. 1 white blue for a 2/2 flying spirit soldier. Les autres créatures esprits que vous contrôlez gagnent +1/+1 et ont la défense talismanique. So all your spirits get +1/+1 and have hexproof.
Their entire cycle of
Lords.
yeah, dual color lords were pretty good.
Yeah, like the vampire one gave first strike.
Yeah, so like
The
+1/+1
zombie
on
one
first strike.
gave regenerate?
No, but actually, it was +1/+1, and whenever a zombie dies, they lose a life.
God, that's a beating.
I wanted to play that so bad in zombies, but it's blue,
Yeah.
and I don't have a bug mana base.
And then there was the wolf in
I don't
Gruul
remember
colors.
what the wolf did.
Oh, I forget. And
Makes
then
wolves
in
big.
yeah,
Yeah,
Emberwolf. There
very
we go.
Non-human werewolf. Whoa.
Yeah, so your werewolves couldn't flip back.
Nice. It's got intimidate too.
Yeah.
Decent.
Galdzmur, for 3. It's an artifact for 3 mana. Wall Guardian. It's collector card number 153. The Galdzmur arrive sur le champ de bataille engagé. Comes in tapped. Tapped to add 1 to your mana pool. Tant que ce n'est pas votre tour, le Galdzmur est une créature artefact de 3 gargouilles avec le vol. So when it's not your turn, it's a 2/3 gargoyle.
So it doesn't have defender, but it has defender.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a rock.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's.
I mean, it's so weird.
it is very weird.
Like a 2/3 flying gargoyle with like a mana 2/3 flyer for 3.
That would be sweet
Word.
if you could attack
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This is
What'd you
full of
get?
good cards, man. This set got like
It's had some sweet cards.
this set got so like shat on when it
Really?
came
Yeah.
out, but like these are all good
I
cards.
feel like I've missed out on something by not playing this one.
Yeah. Alpha de la Miette de Bruyère. It is the collector card number 108. For 3 and a green, you get a 3/3 wolf with flash. Quand Alpha de la Miette de
Briar-Pack
Bruyère
Alpha.
arrive sur le champ de bataille, la créature ciblée gagne +2/+2
Oui.
jusqu'à la fin du tour.
Do you want a critter or a combat trick? Just kidding, you have both.
Yeah, this guy went into the blue-green flash deck that took down a GP in South America, I
This was
think.
the set that had stuff like Wolfear Silverheart and Wolfear Avenger, I think.
No, Silverheart was in Avacyn Restored because it was a
Well, I
soul-bonded
just meant
creature.
it was in this block.
Oh, yeah.
But like, yeah, the green 1 3/3 with flash and regenerate is really good in like mono green aggro
Yeah.
in Highlander. It's like such a beating here. Like, surprise, a 3/3.
Do you guys just want to call it on this podcast and go and draft this set?
We only have
All
the
right.
one pack, Cam. Unless we
And
do a
our
chaos deck.
rare.
Da 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 da. What is it?
Appel aux frères. 3 and a blue for an enchantment aura. Enchanter la créature.
What's the collector's number?
30. Au début de votre
I
entretien,
remember this one.
calls
Call
the
them
kindred.
Oh, this.
Vous pouvez regarder les 5 cartes de dessus de votre bibliothèque. Si vous faites ainsi, vous pouvez mettre sur le champ de
even know what
bataille
this
une
does.
carte de créature parmi elles qui partagent un type de créature avec la créature enchantée.
Oh, I see what it does.
Puis
That's,
vous mettez le reste de ces cartes au-dessus de votre bibliothèque
Yep.
dans l'ordre de votre choix. Somebody at Wizards has a job which just come up with like,
dollar rares.
Stop yelling yourself.
yeah, like
Honey, the
weird
ghosts
ass
are
things.
back. It's like, oh man.
Like,
I can't.
I want whoever's job this is
How
just
is
to come
this-
up with weird ass bad
How
cards.
is this supposed to be good?
At the
Well,
beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top 5 cards of your library. If you do, you put that choose a creature type with the enchanted creature from among them onto the battlefield. Then you put the rest of those cards
Okay.
on the bottom. So what you do is like
Yeah, you put it on
yeah.
a zombie.
Whoa! Things have changed.
Never mind that shit. We forgot that.
Oh, right! I
after
forgot the
rare,
flip card is.
We got there.
We got it. It's
Huntmaster of the Fells.
yeah, Huntmaster of the Fells, Maître Chasseur
Like,
de
this
la
thing isn't
Lande.
even like a crazy money rare, but it's just really
Yeah,
good.
this guy's good. I mean, it's
Yay!
Hey,
Sorry, I completely forgot that
Yeah, I forgot
after
that
the rare,
the
there's
flip
a flip
card.
card that can also be a rare.
okay for 2 colorless, a red and green. You get a 2/2 human werewolf creature. Whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into Huntmaster of the Fells, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield and you gain 2 life. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform Huntmaster of the Fells.
Into a 4/4 that shocks.
Yeah.
Man, this guy is such a thing in Highlander.
Okay.
Like,
So you get Ravager of the Fells
Yeah.
when he flips, who is a 4/4. Paints.
with trample.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that's how they
What?
translated trample. Piétinement.
Really? What does it mean?
Trample.
Well, okay, well,
I guess.
I thought it had like a
2
literal
damage
trample.
to target
No.
opponent and 2 damage to one target.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this ability is great because
Yeah.
even if they have no creatures, it shocks them
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then might shock one. It's so real.
Yeah.
Like this card is a classic in Highlander. I don't think it gets played in any other formats.
No, but this is
Like it's too weak for
Legacy.
for Legacy
Or
and
Modern, really.
Modern and like Commander, but Highlander this thing is like an MVP.
Yeah, you like top deck this guy and you're like,
Like that.
yeah,
go
game
to
back
sleep.
Smack.
on. Yeah, okay,
This
so that's
was
pretty
also, like,
exciting.
a big thing in Standard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This guy was crushing.
Yeah,
for
because
a
you played
while.
this guy and then the gruel-colored land that gave something trample
Oh,
and
Kessig
fire breathing.
Wolfrun.
Yeah, Kessig Wolfrun.
that thing. I almost died to that thing like
God,
a
I hate
couple
it.
weeks ago.
I died to Kessig Wolfrun so many times.
Well, because any creature they play is like a 10-1.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is a threat. So if you let
It's like,
anything through, you're just dead. You're dead.
Kessig Wolfrun is a very, very good card.
It's like this is why Strip Mine is in Highlander.
I was just gonna say, Huntmaster of the Fells just happens to be, which is slightly relevant to this set, happens to be currently going for $6.66.
Whoa!
On the day
Tis
before
Halloween. And I forgot in French, werewolf is loup-garou.
Ooh.
Lugaroo.
Yeah.
Ow. Well,
So first pick that guy.
well,
second
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like windmill slam that guy.
Well, like, see, this is one of those things where it's like you first pick
Jeez, yeah.
the Huntmaster
But then
and
it's
you put
tragic
the guy to your
misstep.
left into spirits.
Yeah.
Because the guy to your left is like, thou
Yeah.
shittest me?
That shitest me.
Right.
What dost thou pass?
But the
it?
problem is that you're also passing the Howl Pack
Yeah.
Alpha.
Oh, so
I
there's a
still
lot of
think
good
that that's
stuff
the
going
correct
on.
choice. Like you
Well,
can't
I mean,
pass,
like, you're not passing this thing,
Yeah.
right?
You just like slam that. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's
There's a
exciting.
lot of good
Again.
stuff there.
Yeah, but like back to the earlier question about the Call of the Kindred. What you do is, I guess, you take like the Drogskull Captain, right? You wheel that thing, and then you just not tutor up, but you dig for your spirit cards.
You know, yeah, it's probably okay in spirits and then like maybe in zombies.
Yeah, but the problem with the spirits is that a lot of them weren't like the good ones. Weren't spirits. They were humans that gave you spirits, or they were the instance that, like,
That
they were
sucks.
cards like
So it's like maybe you,
the one that gives you 2 1/1s and then flashback for 2 more 1/1s.
yeah.
And then
Uh,
there's every turn you're just watching them go down the drain as these
Yeah.
spells go away.
Well,
Huh. Okay.
Sweet.
Well, hey.
Yeah, that
What
was
a nice
exciting.
attack there.
All right,
That
we
was
got
exciting.
there.
so now we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
Spin
Ian.
this around here a few times and give it a roll.
17.
Okay.
17. 30.
2, 3, 4.
Oh dear.
5.
Too many vines.
We're so sorry, Paul. That's why we have a compressor.
I was just
Like,
like, I thought that like something had happened like in the room,
16.
like
It
something
caught
had
fire.
something had like crashed to the wall.
hey.
Whoa,
Here we go.
that's spooky. That's spooky.
Yeah, Mirrored NBC. I just finished talking
The
about.
set you just
Yeah.
said that you were a big fan of,
Yep.
and I wasn't. So
This is-
cool. Now
this is-
everybody gets what they want.
Basically, what happened just after I got into Magic
Mm-hmm.
was we were got into Magic during the Zendikar block, and then the next one, like
So did I.
yeah, next block was Mirrodin.
Oh, this is anonymous.
Yes, this is not from anyone in
Well,
particular.
whoever sent this to us, thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Let's see.
crack.
You appear to be massaging the pack, Ian.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is that better? Okay.
Hooray! This one's in English.
Okay, and we got a
Get that planes.
lanes and
card.
rule tip. Okay,
Well, it's not a poison counter.
no, unfortunate.
Phyrexian bucks.
Starting us off is collector's number 84, Mirren Metal. 1 green to target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, but it has Metalcraft. That same creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn instead, if you control 3 or more
So,
artifacts.
Metalcraft is a great mechanic.
Yeah.
And it. I like it. It's very clean.
Isn't there a card that's kind of a lot like this from Kamigawa that's like $10 now because it goes into the Infect deck?
Oh, I think it's the one where it's like if you play it on your main phase, it gives it +4/+4. It's like
Yeah.
Might of Old Crosa.
Yeah, Might of Old Crosa, that's it.
Yeah, it's $10 because of the Infect deck.
Yeah. Like, it's a common
Womp
that's...
womp.
Well, I'm not sure it's $10, but it's like 2 or 3.
It's a lot.
Like, it's
I think
way
it's at least
overcosted.
like 9.
But yeah, no, this is the set's version of Might of Old Crosa.
Look at that pump. That's a really, really big mouse. Anywho, pump spells.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Burn the Impure.
That guy's cut in half.
Number 55, Burn the Impure deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature has Infect, Burn the Impure deals 3 damage to that creature's controller.
So,
for 1 in a red.
yeah,
Yeah, so,
So-
in this particular set... Yeah,
this
would
actually
be-
seems pretty good.
That's pretty
This
good.
is like just... it can't go to the dome.
But it's
It's
still
on its
really
own.
good removal.
Like, this would probably be like 5 mana now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, jeez.
So, whose idea was Infect? Because I recall this being one of the designers at WotC's like dream to make this mechanic a thing, and they
different
finally got
kind
to
of
do it
damage?
in Mirrodin.
I don't know.
Like, was it Morrow? I don't remember who, but somebody wanted to do this forever, and they finally got their chance to do it.
Yeah, Infect was one of those like deeply polarizing mechanics.
Yeah, because a
which
lot
was
of people
either like
really liked it. A lot of people hated it.
I think you liked it or hated it depending on if you were drafting it or not. Right?
It seems really awkward in draft.
I remember the day that Infect just kind of finally clicked with me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now I see.
Yeah. Like I remember people just being like up in arms that you couldn't get rid of the Infect tokens. Right? And it's like, well, you're not playing life gain either, right? Unless it's incidental. So getting rid of the Infect tokens
Just
is
go
really
find your copy of Leeches.
Infect,
Yeah.
quite frankly, might be what gets me into Modern, to be honest.
Oh, fair enough.
Just because it's...
The modern Infect deck, well, I mean, the
run-
mechanic was good enough that it's a deck in
Yeah.
modern and
Yeah.
actually in Legacy as well.
Yeah, because the modern
Because they
Infect
play
deck...
Berserk.
Okay, I'm not made of money
yeah.
here.
Because like the modern Infect deck runs Blinkmoth Nexus and Glistener Elf,
Yeah.
right? What are its other payloads?
It just plays all the
like
I
all
think
the pump spells,
No,
right?
it's the blue one and a blue.
Oh, the guy that's
unblockable.
unblockable. Right.
And then just every
Right.
pump spell and every free counter spell,
Right.
and also God, I can't. Why can I not remember any cards? Now the Mana Elf of Exalted that taps for mana.
Honored Hierarch.
Noble Hierarch.
Noble
There
Hierarch.
we go. We got there.
Yeah, sorry, wrong Hierarch.
Yeah. So you just
Yeah, I
like
remember
get in
Dick-
for $1 million.
Yeah, I remember Dick's talking about how he just got there with the Noble Hierarch one day because he couldn't dig for his Infect creatures. So he just beat
beat them
someone
to
to death
death.
with the Noble Hierarch.
He's just
Wow.
like knocking them on the face with the shillelagh.
No!
Take that, young man.
Okay, let's move on here. Koth's Courier. She is 1 and 2 reds, and she has Forest Walk, and she's a 2/3.
This seems like a card that would have come from like a Fallen Empires era block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
it's flavor wise, it's kind of good because it's like green and black are the Infect colors.
Yeah.
To a lesser extent, blue, I guess. Well, no, blue was pretty.
Blue is pretty
Hard
infecting,
to
and
infect.
had
Yeah.
the Proliferate. Which
So
Yeah,
you know,
blue was-
Forest Walk, it's like his infiltrator
Yeah.
kind of creature.
Okay, moving on. Copper Carapace. It is an
Shrine.
artifact. It is an artifact equipment. It's a 1 cost. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and can't block, and it has an equipped cost of 3.
Oh, this is my mech.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think the Infect deck wants this more than the
I
Mirren
think
deck.
it actually runs it.
Because like the Mirren deck wants to block, needs to block,
But yeah, you want to talk flavor. This is what pulled me in and held me.
need.
Just like big robots.
Oh yeah, I get to play with robots and beat mages to death.
Spy.
Mirren Spy. 2 and a blue for a flying creature. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may untap target creature.
For
This would have like, if I. This is a really odd thing to say. I would have really liked this card if I knew what I knew now when this set came out,
Oh yeah.
and then would have been disappointed by
Go
it.
on.
Well, okay, I love 1/3s. 1/3s are my favorite body in Magic. I don't know why. I just enjoy
they
them a
eat
lot.
Pikers.
Yeah, and then they just having an untap clause on an evasive guy.
on a target creature too. Not
Yeah.
just
This is
on
another one
itself.
of these creatures that sort of has vigilance
Yeah.
or could have vigilance.
Well, I mean,
almost.
like this is a card that makes me want to storm out. Makes me want to storm out and do something. I don't know what.
Well, this guy.
But like,
Oh,
this guy would be
jeez.
in the set with. You would still have access to the Zendikar Manlands, right? So you would have like colonnade and
Yeah.
and
Tar pit?
tar pit.
There you go.
And like I would just build something terrible with this, with like Phyrexian planks.
Oh, yeah.
At the base level, it interacts with the
Planking
Mirror Knights and
dot
starts
deck.
ramping.
That's fair.
Unnatural Predation.
Surprise!
Yep. Instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn.
More stuff useful for the infect deck.
Yep.
I mean, like, trample's kind of sweet. It's not
Really,
an
nothing,
amazing...
nothing to say about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
It is what it says on the tin.
Pumps.
Caustic
Hey!
Hound. Caustic Hound is a 5 and a black.
Wow.
When Caustic Hound is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, each player loses 4 life.
Yikes.
But you get a 4/4 for it.
yeah.
So, like, wow, that's a
Again,
lot of
this
mana.
seems like what the, even though it's Phyrexian watermark, this is what the the non-infect players want.
Yeah.
Because they don't care about their life tokens.
Excuse me. It's like, yeah, this is pretty bad in the infect deck.
Yeah.
In fact, it's like useless.
Yeah,
It's just
this
like,
is
doesn't
like,
do anything.
yeah,
Oh, boy.
it does nothing.
You
A
hit
lot
me
of
for
mana
nothing.
for not much
Oh,
for
well.
infect specifically. Dross Ripper is our next contestant. That is an artifact creature hound for 4 mana. 2 and a black. Dross Ripper gets +1/+1 until end of turn.
So it's like
That's-
a...
It's kind of like a Nantuko shade.
Yeah, I mean, like... What do you... Like, fire breathing is the ability where you get +1/+0.
Yeah.
Is it, like, just shade ability?
I guess it's the shade ability.
It's not like it's ever been keyworded, but
Yeah.
like, people colloquially refer to fire breathing as, like, the +1/+0.
It seems
activated
pretty
ability.
expensive to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, this is the thing that you slam at the end of the game, and you're just like, okay, we're going to get in for 5 damage a turn by tapping out.
Ugh.
Priests of Norn.
Oh,
2
these guys have...
and a white.
I love their artwork.
Oh god, every one of Elish Norn's
Yeah,
disciples is
I
fantastic.
remember these guys being in the Phyrexian trailer when they were.
Yeah,
well, I guess they've gone
they're
back to doing
spooky.
like the animated trailers for the sets, but these guys were just so eerie looking.
I don't know why I forgot that Infect was in all 5 colors.
Yep, he's a 1/4 with vigilance and infect.
May
Yep.
our blessings sever the tongue.
No,
of
I
the
love this guy.
forsaken.
Misery to block, just a
Just like,
misery to block.
Groan.
And he blocks all day himself.
You're
Yep.
just going to attrition your board very, very slowly and painfully.
Moving on here to Vivisection. 3 and a blue. Sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Vivisection, sacrifice a creature, draw 3 cards.
See, this you played Oculus, which was the 1/1 for 1 and a blue. That when it died, you drew a card,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and then you hit it with this, and you drew
Oh,
4,
like-
and you just like felt like a
Yep.
hero, right? You just ripped 4 cards off your
Like,
top.
yeah.
Like, never mind that you would kind of 2 for 1'd yourself.
but
It's
still,
fine.
that's-
Two-
Yeah, well, you 2 for 4'd yourself, right?
But drawing 4 cards feels really good.
At the
Yeah.
point where you're wanting to do that, yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, if you've never drawn 4 cards, I highly recommend you draw 4 cards. Just lay out your deck on your table right now and just pull 4 off the top.
Just
and
pretend
it just like
that, oh my god, why is this happening to me? The suspend card that's Ancestral
Oh,
Visions has just
yeah.
come off suspend, and you're going to your draw stamp, you're just like...
or just pretend you shardless cascaded into Ancestral.
Anyway, what we're saying is if we have the mana base, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, if you're in town.
Piston Sledge is an
Clang.
artifact equipment for 3. When Piston Sledge enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control, and that equipped creature gets +3/+1. But if you have to equip it again, sacrifice the target artifact.
See, this is... You know what this reminds me of is Grafted War Gear, which is one of my favorite pieces of equipment.
Except it doesn't
Not
work.
as good.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
It's not as good. But Grafted War Gear, on the other hand, man, you want to play a really all-in aggressive deck? In fact, maybe this is sort of like a descendant in some ways, because it's like it kind of equips for free, and you kind of have to do something kind of dicey to equip it more, but War Gear is just amazing.
And you really had a lot of artifacts lying around in this set. Like Skinwing.
Oh boy, Living
Oh.
Weapon was such a cool
Yeah,
mechanic.
it's 4 mana, it's a living weapon, its equipped creature gets +2/++ 2 and has flying, but its equipped cost is 6.
Yeah, it's like most of the critters that came out of the living weapon sort of cycle weren't that great.
No.
Yeah, like
but the
this.
couple that were good were really quite good.
Like a 2/2 flyer for 4, you're like, if I have to. But then you put it on your worm coil.
Man, like I guess was it Batterskull that made
Batterskull?
Stoneforge Mystic get banned?
Yes.
Is that why the card's banned?
Well, Batterskull and Sword of Feast and Famine.
Yeah.
I mean, like all the swords are really, really good.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like,
Batterskull's the sort of that's the one that stuck around.
yeah, I'm just gonna Baneslayer up my Squadron Hawks.
The one that gets pumped from stuff in graveyards. Bone Horde. Yeah,
Bone Horde.
That one gets played in Commander a lot because
Yeah.
it's always huge.
Well, and it counts everyone's graveyard.
so
I remember Mortarpod got played in Standard because in the Cobblade Mirror because it shot down your opponent's
cause.
cause.
Yeah.
Let's keep on going. Gruesome Encore. 2 and a black. Put target creature card from opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step.
This card is such a trap.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's so sweet. I'll just take their big fatty that won't be in the graveyard when I want it to be.
Yeah, it's never gonna.
It's like the one time you play this and they've somehow discarded a thing that's enormous. Or
Yeah, like, this is the card that I would, because I started playing around the same time, and I've been like, no, this is amazing. When I start milling them out and hit their shit, right?
It's like, I think I see the problem here.
Yeah.
Just doesn't get there.
It's pretty cool, though.
And finally, our rare White
this is actually
Sun's
playable.
Zenith.
Ish.
3 whites and an X. Put X 2/2 white cat creature tokens onto the battlefield. Shuffle White Zenith's library into your library.
So,
At instant speed. Just like, surprise!
some fries. So of this cycle, blue Zenith and green Zenith actually came out on top.
Yeah, Green Zenith banned and everything.
So that
Just
gives you an
net-
idea of
just
how
banned and
powerful
everything.
that is.
Blue Zenith, that's taken the place of, it's the High Tide payload.
Yeah, High Tide used to play Stroke of Genius, but I think it
Yeah.
plays blue Zenith instead now because it's just better.
Well, and it shuffles itself back.
yeah, so you can cast it again.
And
This
then,
card's
like,
so sweet. It has
Yeah.
great art. It has a really good effect.
I really still like Black Sun Zenith.
Yeah, it's good. It's actually like, this is gonna sound like a backhanded compliment, but it's like a really good budget Wrath.
Yeah.
And the promo art version of
Oh,
Black
I've got the
Zenith
promo
is
art
so
version.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Put it
really
in your
like Black
deck.
Sun Zenith. Red Sun Zenith is even
Oh,
fun.
there it is!
Yeah.
Oh man, it
Yeah,
looks
Graham
so
got that for me as a
cool.
gift.
I mean, looking at these cards, they all fit really well within the flavor of the colors.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
like just the idea that like this is what happens when the black sun is eclipsed. Or not
like,
eclipsed, but is
"Ah."
overhead. Right?
Run away!
These are really just all really good cards in and of their own right.
And like
Can I just say one thing about this card? Alistair, who plays the Rock, plays this card as a Wrath because it has corner case synergy with oh god, it's happening again. The guy where he enters play with a -1/-1 counter and you can remove them to like blow up stuff.
the Scarecrow?
I don't know if he's
Because I tried to brew up a deck with Black Sun Zeniths and Carnifex Demons in Standard. And
Nice.
Carnifex Demon did the same thing. He was a 6-drop for a 6/6 that came into play with 2 -1/-1 counters.
Yeah.
And you could remove counters from him to give -1/-1 counters to
It's
everything.
a 4-drop. I think it's from Lorwyn. It comes into play with a -1/-1 counter. And for, I think, green, you can remove a -1/-1 counter to destroy, to like disenchant.
Right.
So you blow up an artifact or enchantment, and then he gets bigger. So if you can put more counters on him, you can just like keep blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, no, I
It's
like
very
that
tech.
guy.
Corner case synergies.
See, like, the set would have been It would have been so much fun to brew in this set if there wasn't a legacy deck floating around in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If Cobblade wasn't floating around in this standard environment, this would have been really fun to brew with.
Yeah, like how much of the set actually got used in standard? I'm trying to remember what the season was like.
Green Sun Zenith definitely got used.
Yeah. There was an Infect deck, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't very
No, there were B tier decks, right? It was just like, I think at this point you were on Kago.
Yeah, well that one just sort of floored everything, which is kind of a drag.
And people were like playing.
Wickerbrow Elder. There we
There
go.
we go.
That guy. Thank you, Paul. That guy's this guy's really good, by the way. He's very inexpensive and a deceptively powerful card.
Mm-hmm.
He's very, very good.
Yeah, that could get there.
So, yeah, play this guy with Black Sun Zenith, and then you can just like blow up all their stuff.
Yeah. This guy even kills Batterskull.
Yep.
Right? Because it's like green. Okay, I bounce Batterskull. In response, destroy Batterskull.
Idiot. What you gonna do?
So what are we gonna pick here from this? I think it's
I think like the Call the Kitties is probably
it's
fine.
Really
it puts you really hard into white.
It does. It does.
Which is maybe fine.
but if you can wheel the priests,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, those don't really go in the same deck. I'd be tempted. The problem, I really like the priests. I don't think white had a critical density in Infect by this point. If you're drafting,
You
Mirrored
maybe
and Besieged, then Scars.
excuse me. Maybe your plan is to just like keep that guy back, block until you make cats.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, that was that.
that's 2 down.
Again.
More.
Cam, you wanna
Rip
finish
more
it up?
packs. Rip more packs.
Rip more packs.
Goodbye. 7.
Lucky number
number.
11.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Whoa!
Spire Ice.
This is
All
gonna be
right.
weird.
Since
Who
I
is this
read
from?
yours, do you want to read this one?
Sure.
Well, I get to open it.
Okay.
You got to open your pack.
This was a really, really strange set. So who's this from?
Oh, sorry. This is from James at PAX East. Thank
Thanks,
you very much,
James.
James at PAX East.
I saw
Alrighty.
some spoilers.
Spoiler.
We got a spirit token.
Okay, so this was like a built for draft set. It was like outside of Magic rotation.
Yeah.
So a few of these cards have sort of filtered their way into Legacy because that's the only place they're legal. And a couple of them I think are played in
Even the reprints?
Commander. Well, no, the reprints are you can
Yeah.
play because they're reprints.
But-
any format they're legal in. But like the new cards in this set, you can only play them in Legacy and Vintage.
Yeah, and then you have like there's the one Will of the Council Wrath card that gets played.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's a few that are real good, and maybe we'll see some. But this set references the draft specifically on a lot of cards. So
Like there are things that can happen
there's
in
weird
the
stuff.
draft
Like,
itself.
here's a confusing one. It's like Brago's representative. For 2 and a white, you get a 1/4.
Okay.
And while voting, you get an additional vote. What's voting, Precious?
Yeah.
There's a series of cards. Maybe we'll hit some.
I was never able to put together the voting deck.
Yeah.
Like the Will of the Council deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's Will of the Council cards where like everybody in the it was a multiplayer draft too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
for-
you all drafted and then you all fought.
As a 4-player pod.
It was redonkulous.
Yeah, and there was a black-white voting deck where you had like this guy who gave you an additional vote when voting, and then there was a black zombie one
Yeah, it punished
that
people.
drained
Yeah.
when people didn't vote your way.
Okay, so next up we've got Marchesa's Emissary.
This is the deck I always wound up
It's
in.
pretty good. It's a 3 and a blue for a 2/2 with Hexproof and Dethrone. So this is like I feel like Dethrone probably is a commander thing. Because whenever it attacks, the player with the most life or tied for the most life put a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's
Counter,
sort of
not a...
yeah, it's like a Slith ability,
Yeah.
but you don't have to hit them, but they do have to have the most life.
Yeah, and she's got hexproof.
It's pretty good. Trumpet Blast.
Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp,
Crickets.
bwomp.
It's a group pump spell, 2 and a red for an instant.
Yeah,
Attacking creatures get +2/+0.
exactly what it says on the box.
Yeah, I like Dynacharge so much better. That one's actually like really good in goblins.
First strike?
No, it's the same spell.
It's overload.
Yeah, for 1 red you get 1 creature gets +2/+0, and for overload, like 2 and a red, all your creatures get +2/+0.
Right.
So you play it as a combat trick or as like an overrun kind of thing.
Oh, Grudge Keeper, yeah.
Man, the set had really sweet art. Screaming Seahawk, clap, 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 clap. 4 and a blue, flying for a 2/2. When Screaming Seahawk enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Screaming Seahawk, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. So it's like really big.
Squat Hawk.
So this one is the Seattle deck, right?
Yeah,
Seattle-
13th man.
What?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh man.
The fans call themselves the 13th man, or whatever. 12 players on the pitch?
That's fair.
Pitch? Field? I don't follow soccer.
Yeah. Hey, Darken. For Stronghold Discipline. 2 black sorcery. Each player loses 1 life for each creature they control. Wow. Like, oh no!
That could turn around and bite you.
Yeah, I
real
mean,
big.
it's like maybe if you're playing this sort of control end and they have a bunch of tokens or something, you're just like, haha,
Yeah.
you're dead.
I drafted this deck once, like the kind of pox deck, and I died real fast. Like I went small pox, and then I think I did this, and people were like, "You die now. You just have to die
Oh,
now."
the political games. Charging
yeah, that's probably
Rhino.
fair.
Oh my lord, smallpox.
Yeah, smallpox. I like the original art better. By Janine Johnson, I think.
Oh,
I've met her.
really?
I think she lives in town.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, that's unpleasant looking.
It's like, Brock.
Yeah, it looks more like smallpox.
Anyway, Charging Rhino.
Charging
3
free.
green. We can never let anybody find out about that. 3 green for a 4/4. It can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Well,
This is. I always saw this card and was like, oh, hey, it's got what we now think of as menace.
yeah. Only not.
No, yeah, it's.
I mean, it's an all right donkey.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
guess.
just want to turn it sideways
I guess it abysses your opponent
a little bit.
as long as they don't have anything bigger than a 4/4. There's nothing bigger than a 4/4 in this set, right?
Liliana's Spectre. 1 black for a 2/1 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card.
This is another card I drafted a lot in this set.
Right, so
can see why.
this one's actually better in this set because it's each opponent.
Yeah,
In 1v1, this card is not great.
no.
It's okay, but
Unless
You
you
know.
have some way of recurring it.
because this one in the pod, you hit 3 cards. It's pretty sweet. We've got a stasis cell for 4 and a blue. You get an enchantment aura, enchant creature. It doesn't untap during its untap step. And then for 3 and a blue, attach stasis cell to target creature. So this is sort of like one of those sort of like blue freeze
Yeah.
spells, but you can move it around.
Although it doesn't tap when it hits.
Yeah. So they swing, and then you're just like, "Excuse me, let me just put you in this bubble."
Yeah.
So it's
I mean, I
almost
guess-
removal.
This is better in a multiplayer format where hopefully they aren't swinging at you.
And make sure they don't.
Yeah.
Rousing of Souls. What's that thing? Parlay.
Parlay.
It has Parlay. Each player reveals the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, you put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into the battlefield. Then, each player draws a card. So, you can make some dudes, and then everybody draws.
Yep.
So,
Like, I guess this would go into a group hug commander deck.
yeah. Oh boy. This is so weird. So, this is a card from Dredge. It was good in Dredge, and this is a reprint with like crazy new art. Breakthrough.
Oh, right,
X and
yes.
blue, sorcery. Draw 4 cards. I'm sorry, what?
There's your first.
Then choose X cards in your hand and discard the rest.
Oh, okay.
So this is
So
interesting.
in Dredge, this is draw 4 cards.
Yes. Well, in Dredge,
Well,
this
is
like,
draw like 11 cards.
Yeah. Well, no. In Dredge, this is either on your first turn you break through for 0.
Yep.
You dump your hand, or you cast it also for 0 and you dredge 4 times.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that's pretty
that
real.
feels good.
I don't know that it's quite as good in an
This
ordinary
particular?
format, but yeah, that's what I know it from. Heckling Fiends, they have hands on sticks,
Gross.
stick hands. 2 in a red for a 2/2, and for 2 in a red, target creature attacks this turn if able. Interesting. It's
Okay.
like, come on over here, idiot.
Get your hands back.
Man, I wanted
very
this
odd
this
card.
card. I wanted to be good for the longest time. I don't know if it is though.
Oh.
Skeletal Scrying. X and a black, an instant, as an additional cost to cast Skeletal Scrying. Skeletal Scrying. Exile X cards from your graveyard. You draw X cards and you lose X life. Like, this should be good.
Yeah. Like end of turn, like
The problem is that like you need 2 things. You need mana and cards to pull from.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I keep trying to make this work in Highlander. It's not good in mono black. Like stuff like Night's Whisper and Sign in Blood is just like way better.
Yeah, like Sign in Blood, you pay 2.
And you draw 2 and
Yeah.
lose 2. And you can occasionally use this to kill your opponent,
Yeah.
but only to finish them.
Yes.
You never ever cast this
No.
except for lethal, targeting your opponent.
Yes.
But yeah, it was one of these ones that was like still just very disappointing. And here's our card that goes into Storm.
Go on.
Ill-gotten gains. 2 black, sorcery. Exile ill-gotten gains. Okay, goodbye. Each player discards his or her hand, then returns up to 3 cards from his or her graveyard to their hand.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that this is there's some tendrils list that I think this gets into. I'm pretty sure it's a legacy thing. Maybe this might be a card that goes into their sideboard that they like wish for.
Or
in certain
like,
situations.
do you just go and grab your LEDs?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't play Storm, so I don't remember like what situation.
Right,
you
like,
play this
would
in,
you
but I
go-
think it plays one of these.
Would you go and get like Diabolic Tutor and an LED?
Maybe. But yeah, you don't really care about your opponent regrowing stuff because you're just in the middle of going off.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I need to gas up again. Rip.
Okay.
And
well,
we
that's
have
not rare.
A foil.
Oh. Hey.
Tyrant's Choice.
Yeah.
I love this card because it domes so hard. So, 1 and a black, sorcery. Will of the Council. Starting with you, each player votes for death or torture. If death gets more votes, each opponent sacrifices a creature. If torture gets more votes, or the vote is tied, each opponent loses 4 life. So, in multiplayer, this is like, you can do political posturing and stuff. In 1v1, like Highlander, this always does one thing.
Right.
And
For
that
the
one thing
dome.
is lose 4 life for 2 mana. So it's like a black burn spell. I think it's comparable to Lightning Rift.
Right. Okay.
I think it's called Lightning Rift. No, Flame Rift. Sorry, Flame Rift is 1 and a red. Both players take 4.
Oh, okay.
This one's one-sided.
Right.
I kind of want to make some sort of like red-black burn deck that plays those 2 spells, and you just like go right to the head.
Yeah. Yeah, just go straight for the throat.
So yeah, the Will of the Council spells actually turned out to be pretty great outside of this draft format. Like Council's Judgment, which is one of the most powerful removal spells ever printed. Because due to some peculiarities in the wording and templating, it will kill anything
Yeah.
except a land.
Yeah, like
it'll kill Thrun.
Yeah, I was
It
about to
doesn't
say
care
Thrun.
that he has hexproof.
Yeah, Geist of
just
St.
gone.
Traft? Can we all agree on Geist of St. Traft? No? Okay, well, it's still Geist of St. Traft.
And it's also interesting because you can't respond to the vote finishing because at that point it's too late.
Yeah.
If they cast Council's Judgment, you have priority, or they pass priority to you, and then it's your last chance to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Then you vote, and then it's too late.
This hits Emrakul.
This hits almost anything. I mean, it hits True Name Nemesis, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really good, and also not as expensive as you might imagine. This card's like $7. So if you're playing in an Eternal format, you can probably play this card. It's also got sweet looking art. It's like, goodbye.
Yeah, I'd love to find that in foil.
Yep. So, and then our draft card.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
These things get weird.
Yeah. So this is weird because I think every pack has one of these. It's either we didn't get a conspiracy, which is a drag, but this card specifically references the draft. Whisper Gear Sneak. For 1 mana, you get a 1/1 artifact creature. Draft Whisper Gear Sneak face up.
Okay.
That's weird. During the draft, you may turn Whisper Gear Sneak face down. If you do, look at any unopened booster pack in the draft or any booster pack not being looked at by another player.
Oh, yeah.
So you're just like, give me that.
No way you're not doing that.
Yeah, I want to open your the pack of the person to your left,
Yeah,
right?
to just
So I
be
can-
like,
what
look
are you
further into
in?
the future.
Yeah.
The best one, I think, was the one that allowed you to add a pack to the draft.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, because it doesn't specify what pack. You can add a pack of anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't we play Chaos Draft at one point and they had a selection of packs?
Yeah.
We added something weird like Time Spiral or something. It was good fun.
Hoping for the Goyf.
Yeah,
So
rip that Goyf.
the I guess famous use of Whisper Gear Sneak in the
Oh, the conspiracy video. Yeah.
Right.
in the
yes.
preview conspiracy video we did was Kenji used it to look at one of Marshall's packs.
Yeah, to open one of Marshall's packs.
Marshall, who was at the other side of the table, so it didn't actually help Kenji very much.
Yeah.
He was
it
just
just put
trolling
Marshall
him.
on tilt.
He just used it so that he could open his pack and smell his cards.
Yeah.
And look at them and go like, oh, interesting, and
Yeah.
then give them back.
Yeah.
Just like, I
Marshall
like opening
loves to
packs.
open packs.
Oh, what a dick move.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. I remember that. Marshall was actually, he looked a little hurt.
Well, the flavor text even references what this card does. Spy for today, plan for tomorrow.
See, in this set, I almost always wound up in the Liliana Spectre deck, where I would get all the Spectres that came along, and I would take the conspiracies that gave them +1/+1 counters when they came into play.
So, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know, it just felt good. And then there was also the blue-black uncommon that everyone milled to, and then you put a creature from the graveyard into the battlefield.
Damn. That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
You know what these cards are really good for?
What?
Cube.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the conspiracies and all these draft referencing cards, I think you could put into a cube and make it even more interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that any of them are in the Midgo cube.
No.
And I've not played a cube with these cards in it, but I think that they would be a very natural fit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
the ones that are super fun.
Yeah. The things adding a pack to the draft would be impossible to implement in Midgo.
See,
right.
And because you curate your own cube, you could do all sorts of goofy stuff, like add the one that's add a pack to the draft, and just house rule that it's it has to be this pack that has 15 Black Lotuses in it. It's just oh, well, this draft just got exciting.
Yeah.
Do I first pick this Lotus or this other Lotus? You just accelerate the whole thing.
That's when you have to. There's also a card that says you just get all the cards from this pack.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so if
right.
you get past a pack with 4 playables for your deck in it, you can just be
You can just sit out the
Mine
rest of the
now.
draft
Yep.
and take all your things. So then you have 15 Lotuses in your deck.
yep. Combos.
I don't even know if that's good or not.
Probably
Yeah.
not that great. I mean, your turn 1 is amazing, and then everything after that is garbage.
Just is there a fireball in this set?
Yep.
There is now.
The only pack you can add is Yu-Gi-Oh or something. Playing cards. It's like, wait, why do we have to draft this 52 card pack?
Yeah, it's like,
Now
why?
you all have one of my business cards.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Okay.
Or it's just like a pack with a single card that says better luck next time.
It's like, yeah, you get handed this pack, and it's just like 15 community chess cards from Monopoly.
Nice.
Cigarettes. It's just a pack of cigarettes passed around the table.
Smokes?
You just draft them.
What do I do with this? Guess I'll
It's like, no, you can
sideboard
trade.
it?
You just like trade it for other cards.
Okay.
Oh, you could have a lot of
How
fun.
to get your cube into prison next time.
There is no correct way to make a cube.
Mm-hmm.
So, have fun.
Yeah.
All
right.
Well, we ripped a lot of packs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt good. Felt good. Got Huntmaster. That felt nice.
Choo-choo.
Um,
So until next time,
yeah, we will see you.
we'll see you in the future.
Yes, but before that, we'd like to thank you so much for everything you do for us by supporting us at our Patreon.
I'm glad you remembered it.
Yep.
This
Like-
podcast, like all of others here at LoadingReadyRun.com, is supported by you. Thank you so much for those of you who do. For those of you out there who may not,
Please consider supporting us.
and thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
We like you guys.